All right. So is my screen visible? Can anyone confirm this? My screen
Yes, sir.
visible?
Yes, yes.
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 Yes, sir,
Okay.
visible.
Yes, sir, Hitanshu.
Yes, sir, visible.
So first and foremost, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Uh, I'm Hitanshu Verma, a second year IT student here at IIIT Bhopal, and I'm also the assistant app dev lead here at GDSC. And I'll also be the facilitator for the Flutter Festival this year. All right. Okay. So first and foremost, what is Flutter Festival? Flutter Festival is a community-led event where developers can join and learn fundamentals of different Google technologies like Flutter, Firebase, or Google Cloud. Uh, okay, so we'll be having 6 sessions for the Flutter Festival this year. The first session, that is today, is an introductory session for the Flutter Festival. The next session we'll be having will be an expert session on the basics of Flutter, uh, which uh, which we have not decided a date yet.
So your voice is not coming very clearly.
There is a distortion
Yes, sir.
sometime
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
of your
Disturbance is there.
voice.
Okay, let me check. Um, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, sir.
just continue then. Okay, so yeah, so we'll be having like 6 sessions for the Flutter Festival this year. The first session, that is the intro session of the Flutter Festival, is today. Next, we'll be having an expert session on the basics of Flutter. The date is not decided as of yet, as your seniors will be moving to Bhopal in the next week or so. So we'll update you with the date. And the third session will be on integration of GitHub with Flutter. That'll be taken by our seniors from GOC Club on 11th March. And lastly, I'll be taking a workshop of 3 days where we'll be building a basic app using Flutter and Firebase. So make sure you join the upcoming events. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next, so moving on, make sure you join the GDC IIIT Bhopal chapter on community platform for any further updates. So yeah, that's that. So next, moving on, what is Flutter? Um Flutter is basically a Google's portable UI kit, which uh, which allows users to build multi-platform applications. Right? Flutter can be used to build apps for multiple platforms, be it Android, iOS, Windows, Linux, or web, from a single code base. Flutter eliminates any use of having multiple teams or multiple code bases to build a single application for different platforms. Flutter has its framework written in Dart, a programming language offered by Google. So, to develop anything in Flutter, uh, Dart is the basic language which is used, which was created by the Google, by the Google team in back in October 2011. But now it is pretty improved and pretty easy to use. Right? And regarding Flutter, Flutter has this basic five pillar structure. Like when you talk about Flutter, Flutter has this basic five pillar structure. So let's see every one of them in a little detail, like what I mean by them, right? Uh, so Flutter allows its user to build blazing fast application because Flutter compiles every code directly into the native language of the machine. Flutter is pretty productive as it has many developer-friendly features like hot reload and hot restart, which allows for a smooth and easy development process. These features, which is pretty much loved by everyone, a pretty essential part of Flutter's development process. Don't worry, we'll be talking about these in the later part of this session as well as in the upcoming sessions as well. Nextly, Flutter allows you to build beautiful applications with its extensive ready-to-use design widget library, which has pretty straightforward material design, and you can also build your own design widget just in case you want to have your own flavor in application. It really boils down to you and your preferences. Nextly, Flutter is uh, Flutter is an open source library. So the best part about Flutter is it is everything. It has everything open source. So even though Google has a team of engineers for Flutter, but still in any case, if anyone has any changes or ideas that can be useful for the community, they have access for the Flutter's code base, and it is as simple as creating an issue on GitHub if you want to have any changes in the code base of Flutter. So there are multiple cross-platform languages like React Native or Ionic. So why specifically should you choose Flutter, or why specifically should you consider Flutter? So aside from the qualities I mentioned earlier, Flutter is and very simple to learn and easy to use. It has multiple productivity features like hot reload, hot restart, widget trees, etc. And like more and more startups and companies are adopting it these days, and it has a very huge community support. Like, so just in case you're stuck anywhere in a development process, all you need is a quick Google search, and more than often the very first link on the Google is enough to resolve your issues. So yeah, coming back to hot reload. What hot reload exactly does is it provides you with the capability to change or update any portion of your app without recompiling or specifically rebuilding it from the scratch. So it is very useful feature as rebuilding an app from scratch can take somewhere between somewhere around minutes, whereas a hot reload is finished generally in few seconds. So it really speeds up the development process. Now, so now we have learned about Flutter and why should you consider it for your app development journey. Now the next question which comes is, where should you learn it from, right? So firstly, we'll be having sessions as I explained earlier, and secondly, I'll be dropping these links for Google Cloud, where we'll be having labs. Right. So these labs are designed to make you understand things from the very basic. So I'll be dropping these links after the session in the chat box. Make sure you visit these links. This will be really helpful for you for all the beginners who want to start from very scratch. And so yeah, it was pretty much it from my side. So I'll be ending the presentation here. Just in case you have any questions, you can ask me. Oh, anyone have any questions? And yeah, also regarding those labs, I'll be sharing a link for a WhatsApp group where you, just in case you have any doubts regarding any of the labs or any of the other future events, you can ask me there directly.
Sir, how is it different from Kotlin?
Okay, so Kotlin is like an native language. It is basically used for developing native apps for Android side only. Whereas when you use Flutter, you can use a single code base, but like you can write a code a single time, and you can compile it for different platforms, be it iOS, Android, even for web. Whereas with Kotlin, you can only develop for Android only. You cannot compile it for any other platform.
Is Flutter scalable?
Yes, so you can easily Flutter is scalable depending on the capability of the user, like whether you wanna build your project further or not. You can start from very basic, and you can go till wherever you want, like wherever point in a development journey you want.
So how would you recommend Flutter to a complete beginner, the one who has never started an app development?
Uh, regarding recommending Flutter, I myself started my app development process journey with Flutter, and I'm still using Flutter myself. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty easy to get into Flutter. It's pretty much similar like JavaScript or C++. So it is
When did you
very
started?
easy to get used to. Yes, someone was saying
When did
something.
you started?
Okay, so I started when I was in like my second semester, which has been around a year or so.
So if you are doing JavaScript, then it is recommendable to do Flutter also.
See, if you're doing JavaScript, you have other options as well, and it all boils down to your preference, whether you wanna stick with JavaScript and app development, or you wanna come to the other side for the app development.
Sir, on comparing various and diverse perspectives and opinion, I came up with three options of starting the journey to web development. Like I can start with Kotlin, Flutter, or with the Java. Some seniors and pass out said that Java is best for it. Some seniors are saying Kotlin, and some are saying Flutter. So why should I choose Flutter? Is there any specific reason that मैं like वो वाला point पे छोड़ के कि मैं iOS डेवलपमेंट और अदर प्लेटफॉर्म कंपैटिबल डेवलपमेंट कर सकता हूँ फ्लटर में, इसके अलावा कोई एडवांटेज?
See, you talk about Kotlin and Java. So with Java and Kotlin, you are pretty much doing everything from scratch. Like every box you're making, every checkbox you're making, everything you're making it from scratch, right? Whereas with Flutter, there are pretty much all of the basic tools are already pre-built. You just have to import them and use them.
Okay,
So
so means it's easy to use language.
It's very easy to use.
Okay, so thank you.
Yep.
One more thing, whoever is coming with this versus this type of questions, I would say just try them on. Like जिसके साथ भी सबसे ज्यादा फील आएगी वो उस पे आगे चले जाना. और mostly the developers in industry, they are tech stack agnostic. So you'll have to use the tech stack as per the needs of what you are doing.
Yep. Thank you so much, sir. Like हर एक इंडस्ट्री का अपना एक वो रहता है स्टैंडर्ड कि लाइक हम लोग को ये वाली लैंग्वेजेस यूज करनी है तो उस अकॉर्डिंग रहता है. Any more questions? All right, so All right. So if there aren't any further more questions, I'll be dropping the links for the cloud platform. So just in case any one of you are curious, you can visit these. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So do try this out, and in just in case if you have any doubts, you can contact me. All right.